To say I would write, we'd do it in chunks. I just don't even know what starts first. Is it the rapping or the producing? And when does it start?
Well,
What's the moment
so
that starts it?
it kind of goes to something you said earlier, though, something you asked, but about like which element I got into of hip hop. And so, really, what I did is I got into it wasn't graffiti. Like I said, I danced and shit, right? But like when I first started taking art seriously, I wanted to be a cartoonist. I used to draw cartoons all day, scribble shit. You know what I mean? I can draw some mean cartoons, but I can't fucking. They're like sketch cartoons. You know what I mean? I'm not like good with depth and perception and all that shit. It's just like, I'm good at like drawing flat shit. You know what I mean? And not good at real life shit, just like cartoon imaginary shit that like, like cool like creatures, shit like that. But I used to want to be a cartoonist. And by the time I got like 8 or 9, I was like, every teacher I ever had told me that's not a realistic goal, right? And at this point, I started writing songs, and they weren't hip hop songs. They were more like alternative rock. Because at that time, I did listen to some hip hop, but I listened a lot to like just random different shit, like everything from like Korn to Creed to I Mother Earth to fucking Limp Bizkit to like just random shit,
So
right?
I appreciate
And
this because there's not a lot of people our age that can appreciate what it was like to go through the new metal era, as I'm calling it, because the new metal era is glorious to me, but it exposed you
that
to like fucking everything at once.
the 90s were the greatest era, man. We were an amalgamation of everything, and that's not just music and culturally, that's also technologically as well. Like we literally transcended like all generations from analog to digital, and we experienced both ends of the conversation. Like there's not a more blessed generation for the next
Facts.
probably 30-40 years, you know what I mean? Because
Yeah, I
they they
completely
they
agree with
don't
you, my
simply
guy.
understand it. They don't simply understand it.
Yeah, it's that middle child shit, like J. Cole. That it, yo, dude, I'm with you 100 on that actually, and it's just because I grew up with like what the parents dealt with, and we're young enough to be malleable enough. But we just gotta give a little shout out to 514 Online Mix for popping on through, and Willie Scandals just popped on through, so we're giving them love.
Hey, big up both of them. Big up both of them. I got an interview with 514 coming out. I think he said next Friday. So
Yeah, they're wonderful fucking people. I fuss with her heavy, and well, both of
yeah,
them,
yeah.
all of them, because I forgot Willie's there too. I don't know. You should send your
Shout
music
outs
to
to
Willie's
Willie as
show.
well, man. Shout outs to Willie.
Yeah, but that's fucking dope. So I got a little distracted with the thing there, but we were just gelling on this fucking idea of being blessed, and I fucks with you on that. But yeah, back to like which element was the most interesting to you. I don't think we ever actually got to that, which is cool.
Yeah, no. So yeah, I went from drawing and I started writing songs at that time. So once I started writing songs, like I said, I was writing like alternative
Right, right.
shit. But
So when you say
then
write
I
songs, do you mean like like guitar parts, vocals, like?
they're vocals and they're like parodies, bro. Like I would write like I'd take like Korn's Blind and write my own lyrics, but like in the same harmony, in the same rhythm, and like I mean, at that time, like I didn't even know anybody who played instruments. I had a ukulele. My friend had a ukulele, and I thought we could start a band and we could sing these songs, which I didn't know was called a parody at that time. I just thought it was like a song. I'm like, I wrote a song. You know what I mean? So like that's what I mean. Like really simple, like juvenile shit. Like we had a band, me and a couple buddies who had no idea how to play an instrument. We only had, I think, 2 instruments. Like one guy's bigger brother had a guitar, which we couldn't play, and one of us had like a ukulele, and like I had like a shitty keyboard, and we had no idea about music theory, nothing. We just got together and made a bunch of noise, and
Yo, those are
and
good
that was it.
moments though. If you've ever done that,
But
that where you
see,
get together and make a bunch of noise, it's great times.
yeah, I do it every day by myself.
That's amazing.
You got to just get some energy out sometimes, man. I mean, you got to act like a fucking idiot sometimes. Just
Yeah,
just relieve all that fucking tension of life out. You know what I mean? Do some humorous means. At least means you find humorous.
yeah. I definitely try to enjoy life in those little moments when nobody's looking. I like to. I'm right now.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. For me, it's a lot of shit. Like 2011 pop. I decided this is now my current like flavor genre, like Black Eyed Peas, LMFAO, all of that shit. I don't know why, but it's the greatest, happiest sounding shit in the world to me, and it just brings me away, man.
I can't stand that shit.
I
I mean, Black Eyed Peas are cool, but the LMFAO thing, that
all
shit
I can
used to
say is
just.
LMFAO reminds me of 1982 in terms of the
I just
sound.
I just you know what it is. I don't like. I've always taken since I fell in love with hip hop. Um, I I fell in love, and I didn't
Mm,
like when people like, and I'm talking being like 10, 11 years old and like hating rappers because I thought that they like were like making parody of the culture, or like, you know what I mean? Like
So I don't think they
I know
are.
no LMFAO wasn't around back then, but I mean like there
Okay,
was
okay,
like
okay. I see
things
what you
like, you
mean.
know, like what was it, LFO, like new kid, whatever, you know, that the girl, summertime girls and shit. Like I used to look at that when I was a little kid and be like, oh man, these guys are fake, you know what I mean? Like I'm a little like little kid looking at these grown ass men like, yo, these are fake. This ain't real hip hop. Like, what are these guys doing? These guys are making a mimic of, you know what I mean? So like, I don't know. It's kind of weird that I had, you know, I thought like
No,
that
but
at that
like,
age,
believe
but
it or not, I think there's that like a branding behind that thought, because that's like the meta conversation of my life right now. Real hip hop this versus kids versus auto tune versus like. Personally, my opinions have shifted heavily since I've kind of talked to a lot more people on a lot of that stuff.